What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the wrestling news for today on June 13, 2024. And we're going to be talking about the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors that you SNA Assassinators need to know from this Wrestling Inc. article, actually. And make sure to watch until the very end because these news are going to be very intriguing to talk about. Let's start off with Start from today with TNA's very own Jordan Grace opens up about cross promotional match at WWE NXT Battleground. NXT Battleground is the rear view mirror, and TNA knocks out world champion Jordan Grace. Failed to walk out of Las Vegas, Nevada, as a double title holder. She was defeated by Roxanne Perez, the current NXT Women's Champion, in a hard-hitting bout. That saw Tim Paxley get involved. Dana Ashby Elegance Brooke make her return to WWE, and a loud TNA chant that would have been discouraged just a few years ago. Grace had Denise Salcedo but from what she could remember, the TNA star feels like she didn't give everything she could have. I could have. She said, "I think she's an amazing wrestler. She's so young, and I feel like it's really going to be a testament to how." There it is, to how good she's going to be as the years go on. But I feel like personally it was a strong showing, but I feel like I could have done better, and I feel like in the future I can do better for the WWE universe for sure. The event was the first wrestling show to take place at the UFC Apex face, uh, faciality 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 which Grace said gave the show a different vibe than a traditional wrestling card, especially when the pr- uh, the pre the pre the predominant predominantly WWE crowd started chanting TNA. It was a UFC vibe, and Grace added the chants were all that I have pushed more together than a wrestling show. It was like I don't know how to describe it, like a stadium style where everything was around, but it was just a cool vibe. Like the TNA chants, they always get me. They always get me in my feelings, and try not to start crying whenever they start going. But what's your thoughts on what's your opinions and thoughts on what's her name? Jordan Grace. I was about to say Ariana Grace, but no, I meant to say her NXT kayfabe cousin. Jordan Grace. Yeah, but yeah, let me know in the comments below. Do you think it had a different vibe than the traditional wrestling theme, like of the arena? Uh, and what's your also your thoughts on the match he had with Roxanne Perez? Which I thought they did a very tremendous job, which I think I gave it the second place spot. But but yeah, I think I gave the second best match of the night on NXT Vengeance. I'm not Vengeance. NXT that was this past February has led to fans and pundits digging up the bones in search for new answers regarding who was the true culprit the true culprit for the promotions dismissed or dismissed the demise, not dismissed, demise. My apologies. Like while also providing like every I mean yeah entertaining Bret Hart sound bites along the way. WCW legend Ric Flair had pointed the finger at former WCW exec, uh, ex- uh, executive Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo, and Jim Herd before subsequently backtracking. Uh, while the docu series, the first two episodes have taken a close look at Bischoff, who washed his hands of any blame and pointed the finger elsewhere, and former top star Hulk Hogan. Then there's Evan Nash, who has been featured in the docu series and is someone who has been accused of helping kill WCW by former co-worker and stablemate Conan during the latest episode of Click This. However, Nash offered an alternate take on what helped contribute to WCW's demise, making mention of a fact that he believes won't ultimately make any of Who Killed WCW's episodes. But he explained, I know people don't know this, and I know it probably won't be brought up in this documentary, but if you ever wanted a WCW pay-per-view, at the end of it, the last thing was brought to you produced by Turner Home Entertainment. Like so that's who was getting paid our biggest revenue. On our biggest revenue that we had was the pay-per-views in Turner Home Entertainment, and got that in the books. We didn't as Brad as Siegel says, we were building up a premium cable channel, and they had to throw this on top of us. So the creative accounting was as much of a problem as anything else was. And what are your thoughts? Do you agree with Kevin Nash's take on about about WCW and who should truly get the blame while they had like what the I'll say with this what's with the let's have the TV production like team of which is called Turner Home Entertainment. Yeah, like do you think it had something to do with that for the reason for the reason of WCW? WCW was demise like in the world of professional wrestling. Let me know in the comment section right now below. Like you never know like what could be the reason onto that, but we're just gonna have to watch more of. I mean, not watch more. I mean, we're just gonna have to hear more from the next, the next, the next episodes that are coming, like in the upcoming weeks of the this docu series, the Who Killed WCW. But let's move on to the next one, which we're going to be talking about. We got a top TNA star, like says she's doing motion captures, working for WWE 2K career mode. WWE partnership with TNA seems to be bringing about more developments than many fans might have originally anticipated. Like TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace recently made his, made history by getting in NXT Women's Championship shot, and during an interview with Denise Salcedo, and into the same interview, she revealed that she's already done motion capture for the upcoming WWE 2K25 video game, and yeah, and this is definitely some intriguing news right here. First of all, like before I get into more into more of this news story, but yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised to even have her as some kind of a like some kind of a cameo character on My Career Mode or My Rise Mode, I would say, unless they're bringing back My Career Mode on 2K25. But right now, I'll say My Rise Mode because that's what they've been doing from the last couple of years with 2K games, like with the likes of 2K22 and then 23, and then this year with 24. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put past if they had Jordan Grace be make a cameo appearance as like one of the wrestlers that, or even a featured wrestler like in the game, like be an unlockable character. All thanks to the what's that? All thanks to the crossover partnership with TNA that they're having right now. But yeah, but I think yeah. But for now, we're going to talk about like what her being a part of the motions of the graphics in the game. But anyways, Grace explained the how difficult the past 2 weeks have been, like for her and all the traveling she's had to do, like in and by saying, and this is what she had to say right here. I was in Orlando like Sunday through Friday, and then we flew to Vegas, and it was and what's it called, like the My Rise, like it's currently unclear currently unclear if her her mocap that yeah it's very clear that her mocap work will be for a My Rise character, like that would be based off of her physique, like of or if she'll be making a cameo as herself in the upcoming game. and become a unlockable as a playable character of 2K25. And that's what I was just saying right now, like to Assassinators. I'm like maybe we will be, maybe we can see her as an unlockable player, but I'm not sure if that'll be the case. But that would depend, like if WWE has some consideration of doing that, like while she's doing some, what's that, some doing a little mocap like for the game, like to do some motions. Like let's hope and let's keep our fingers crossed for that. But let's continue. She also added the TNA. Yeah, the TNA star also mentioned like and noted that her stay in San Francisco was also for TNA shows, and explained how she's also been dealing with uh, uh, allergy symptoms for some time, and and she uh, and she added, "I've been on the road a lot, and I'm actually like last night. It's funny. I have a deviated septum and so sometimes when I get hit in it, starts allergies symptoms like uh, and what she said. So I been dealing with that, and it's a lot, but I'm trying to and fulfill all my obligations with a smile on my face. It, it remains to be seen, like if the WWE TNA partnership ends up benefiting the smaller promotion, like. But according to a Wrestling Observer report, TNA officials were disappointed by the lack of ratings boost after Grace's NXT appearance. But what is your thoughts on to what's your thoughts on Grace explained that it was a very busy week from the last week that she had, like not only making this appearances on WWE Battleground, I mean NXT Battleground, let me rephrase, and also doing her thing on TNA as well. But also she's been doing some what's that like video game developing mocaps like for the upcoming 2K25 game, which everybody's been talking about on the internet as of late. That WWE's been getting the game ready, like from the past couple weeks, of course, and then it confirms it right here with Jordan Grace mentioning it, like because like yeah, it's already been out there that it's already been getting ready to start with what's that, like get started like with the game, like with the characters, the modes, like with GM, yeah, my GM and my rise and my universe and other modes that's on the game. Like it just like you just what's that, like you're getting stuff ready in advance, like probably like 6 months like beforehand. So before like like so before it's even 2025, then they make sure everything's all together, so they could start getting ready to release them on shelves, which from the past 2 years they've been releasing the games on March of the beginning of the year, like March of the year, like of the game is based on, like 2K22 for an example, like 22 came, like was originally supposed to come out at the end of 2021, but I think they delayed it, like because they needed to get a few things done on the game, like and they didn't got done until like 2022, I believe. And that's when they finally released it in March of that year. And then since then, they did the same with the likes of 2K23 and 2K24 the following years, respectively. And do you think they're going to continue this little tradition they have? Like, do you think that we're going to see 2K25 going to come out like March of 2025? Or do you think it's going to come out a bit early, whether if it's at the end of this year in 2024 or the beginning of like more like sooner, like in like perhaps January of 2025? Just to have something ready when they make the jump for Raw to what's it called? When they make the jump for Monday Night Raw to the Netflix on that, yeah. But again, yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below about that, and let's move on to the next slide. But yeah, excuse me. And what do you think was Jordan Grace's role like is doing some mocaps for 2K25? And do you think that she's going to be making some kind of a cameo appearance and be a unlockable character for the game? Or do you think it will be too soon for her, considering she's still under a TNA contract and they don't want to do any I don't want to go probably a step further than as they should do and know their place. But I don't think that TNA wouldn't mind. Actually, they will probably be all in for it, and they'll have the what's that called? And then WWE will have their permission to put her on the game, and they'll be exactly like how like she is like when she made this crossover appearance on NXT, like when she faced Roxanne Perez on a Battleground pay-per-view. I think they're gonna make her something similar to that, like with her wrestling and that style, the style she does, like, and she's like a big I'll say like a what's that like a heavyweight that she is, like the heavyweight woman on the game, I guess you could say. And I hope they do so, like, because that would be very fun and interesting to see her as a playable character. Like if you're like if TNA is actually crossing over with WWE and even on the video games as well. But let me know about that in the comments down below. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about some Drew McIntyre news now. As we can see a video of the Scottish Warrior reenacts classic scene with NWA promoter Billy Corgan. And it says right here, nearly 30 years ago, like Smashing Pumpkins, like frontman, like and future NWA promoter Billy Corgan like appeared like on an episode of The Simpsons. Wow, playing himself like during an awkward interaction with Homer Simpson. WWE star Drew McIntyre has never been shy about his Simpsons fandom. That explains why he showed Seth Rollins is going to be a triple failure, and he compared him with Bart when he played three on that episode of The Simpsons when he played three straight what's that chess game, and he lost 3 times, which that's unfortunately true with Seth Rollins because not only he lost his World Heavy Championship match against the Scottish Warrior, he also lost the night before on the main event, like on the Saturday against both The Rock and Roman Reigns, which that was a funny parody from the Scottish Warrior that he did to Seth Rollins. But yeah, I was like, I should have known he's a Simpsons fan. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like me and my family are somewhat Simpsons fans as well. Like it's because the main characters, the family, like they crack us up. Like on what they do, like on certain scenes, like in the obviously in the funny parts. But that'll be another story for another day. I need to start making some Simpsons videos as well, like some reviews on episodes. What's my favorite episodes? What's the funniest episodes? Like whatever the scenario is. But for now, I'm gonna talk about Drew McIntyre's fandom of the adult cartoon series. let's talk about and the former WWE champion seemingly couldn't resist putting together a brief video of the two recreating Morgan's iconic cameo backstage. And here's a video of Drew McIntyre of the reaction of a pumpkin smashing, and this where we got right here. And that was a very short 5-second video, but it says right here, Drew McIntyre is currently pairing as preparing with a PER right in front of pairing, to challenge Damian Priest with an A, like for the World Heavyweight Championship at WWE Clash at the Castle this weekend. The show is taking place in Drew McIntyre's home country of Scotland, with the performer arriving overseas earlier this week, after appearing on Raw prior to Clash at the Castle. The company will hold SmackDown in the country on Friday, though some may speculate that the coinciding appearance might be hinting at a future partnership between WWE and Corgan's NWA. There is another explanation for the promoters' presence, the Smashing Pumpkins are currently on tour in Europe, with their latest show happening in Glasgow, Scotland last night. Appearance took place in the episode Homer Palooza, which saw Homer take his children, Bart and Lisa Simpson, to a music festival. Many such moments from the show, the brief scene involving Corgan has taken off as a meme in recent years, with Homer Simpson smiling politely, picking up traction as one of the character's most memorable quotes, in the brief subsequent, the character also thanks Corgan for making gloomy music, will assure his kids don't dream of a future that Homer cannot provide. But what's your thoughts on this little cameo appearance from the NWA promoter on an episode of The Simpsons? And do you think we're going to be seeing them making more cameos on non-wrestling shows? What if they're animated or live action? Let me know in the comments down below. And do you think we can possibly see a crossover of NWA and WWE now that they're probably not partnering with All Elite Wrestling anymore, just like Total Nonstop Action? And do you think we're going to see plenty of more minor wrestling professional wrestling promotions, partnering with the Stanford-based company? Which there has been some teases that Pro Wrestling Noah could be partnering WWE very soon, with Io Sky making a challenge to one of Noah's one of Noah's talents in Japan. So you never know when what exactly which company is going to partner with WWE. I would say the only company that may not be partnering anytime soon, which will be unfortunate, the first one will be AEW, which is definitely a missed opportunity, but it's because they're competition right now. So of course they're gonna team up together, like to do some crossover matches, like how AEW is doing with New Japan Pro Wrestling and CMLL and AAA. Like, which I can see why WWE is doing that with Pro Wrestling Noah and also what and TNA and maybe the NWA, but it's all just rumors about NWA. Like, but yeah, let me know in the comments down below if there are gonna be plenty more crossovers with WWE and these wrestling companies where they came from, and who thinks next in the oh yeah, and the second one goes to Major League Wrestling, which they filed a lawsuit against them because of them terminating their deal with Tubi, which I think that was when Vince McMahon was still there and when there was like old management. Like, and that's water under the bridge, I guess. But I'm not sure if MLW would think of the same way with WWE. Like, if they want to do partnership, because it was exactly that company that's the reason why they didn't got the deal with Tubi. But it was the totally different WWE before, like guys like John Laurinaitis, Kevin Dunn, and Vince McMahon left their behind the scenes roles, and it's and their roles have been replaced with better people that will be willing to make a deal with anybody that's going to help them get some sponsors and get them more ratings as well, get them more sponsors, ratings, and make business get into the better path, get into the better path as it should, like for the better, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But let me know in the comment section right down below what's next for WWE, like in doing some make some what's that crossover with anybody anybody that wants to do business with them. But let's move on to the next slide. We got some Tommy Dreamer pitching TNA star, a particular TNA star in WWE NXT as the number one contenders. That's one of the number one contenders. Battle Royal members. To see who's going to determine Trick Williams' NXT championship. Tommy Dreamer. After Jordan Grace's strong showing on NXT programming over the past several weeks, including an NXT Women's Championship match against Roxanne Perez at Battleground, many have been wondering who could be the next TNA talent to appear on WWE's third brand. Like, one name that has been floated out, like there is former digital media champion Joe Hendry, which is the guy that beat my boy Simon Miller when Simon was at TNA's Turning Point event back in November, I believe, 2023, which they were in Newcastle, England, which I believe that was right up the city and the road where Simon is probably located at. That's another story for another day, and enough talking about that. Hopefully it's not too much of his business, but who has developed like a following thanks to his theme song, which briefly made waves in the UK's music scene. Fortunately for Hendry, TNA higher up Tommy Dreamer also thinks he'd be a great fit to show up in NXT, particularly for the promotion's upcoming 25-man battle royal to determine Trick Williams as next challenger for the NXT championship on Wednesday's episode of the Busted Open Radio. Tommy Dreamer pitched how he would have Hendry's appearance in the Battle Royal go along with the subsequent follow up. He said, if Joe Hendry shows up like this Battle Royal, right? If they play his song that was already trending #1 in the UK, surpassed Taylor Swift on something, like if he goes in there and you see everybody knowing his song and everyone doing his cadence, like yeah, like he gets in the ring, he does his thing, he does his thing, and as soon as he turns his head, somebody throws him over the top rope, like, and eliminates him, like right off the bat. Like it will piss people off. So then you make it like a heel, and then whoever that person is, obviously they'd either have to face Hendry somewhere, but then that's when you into the get into the get into like, can we have a Joe Hendry win on our show? But what's your thoughts on to Tommy Dreamer's pitch? And do you think that we should have Joe Hendry in WWE's developmental territory for this Battle Royal match and the number of contenders to determine Trick Williams' next challenge, to determine who's going to be Trick Williams' next challenger for the WWE NXT Championship, and who you think is going to be? And do you think that Joe Hendry should immediately get eliminated after his catchy theme song, which I never heard about it? Like, I heard it's very catchy, and and everybody is listening to it, and I need to listen it to myself, like, before, if Joe Hendry even does show up on next week's NXT. But let's hope that I hear it sooner rather than later, and I hope that it's very good to listen to, and hopefully he does not get eliminated in less than a second, which I'm not sure if that's even possible, even if one of the top heels of NXT tries, or even it could be a heel from TNA. I'm not sure, but I think it should be a heel from NXT, though. Like, it should be like someone like an All Ego Ethan Page or Alexis King, like someone that's been getting over is the bad guy of the black and yellow and white brand. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see on that. But I should just say the gold brand, because it's more gold than it is any other color. But let me know down in the comment section right down below on what your thoughts on this, and do you agree with Tommy Dreamer's pitch, or do you have one of your own? Yeah, please make sure to leave it down below, like, on what your opinions on this ordeal, and do you think that we're going to see Joe Hendry whatsoever, and do you think he could possibly be Trick Williams' next challenger for the NXT Championship? It's possible. Like, we'll just look at what Ava just look what Ava, like, introduced to Roxanne Perez on who was her next challenger, like a couple weeks before their potential match at NXT Battleground. So that could happen, or we could see either Ethan Page or Alexis King or some other heel throw him over the top rope as soon as they can. Like, and if you're trying to, in the WWE, like, if you're trying to get either Alexis King or Ethan Page over as a heel or anybody else, like, I would suggest you pitching that to happen if you have Joe Hendry going to be making a NXT appearance. I would recommend you to have one of them throw him over the top rope and eliminate him immediately. Yeah, if I was you. But anyways, let's move on to the next slide. That's an opportunity to do so, WWE. If you want my opinions or want my my take on what you should do, like, with this angle, like with Joe Hendry. If you have, and if you're trying to get one of your top heels to get over, I would suggest you to get him immediately eliminated, because the fans would hate that and they would boo the sugar honey iced tea out of him, if you know what I mean. Like, and they would want any kind of top baby face to beat that said heel's ass, like to the point that to the point that they will definitely want to see them lose clean, just to get some revenge. I'll say more likely with Joe, like to the point that, or that you could have them do a match, like y'all could do a match, like yeah, Joe Hendry could ask for a match, like which we could do a match, like we could follow it up with Joe Hendry versus Alexis King, or Ollie Ethan Page, like in some kind of a dream match on an upcoming NXT pay-per-view, which it could possibly be NXT Heatwave in July, which we could build things up from there. Like with Joe Hendry could have a couple of matches, like, or at least one match like Jordan Grace, and this is where we could see him showing that he's nothing to mess with, and then he can get a win from either the top heels of NXT. And we could see plenty of more crossovers in the foreseeable future, even after Joe Hendry's appearance, like along with what's their name, Jordan Grace. But let's move on to the next slide. Like, let's hope there'll be plenty more of these crossovers, which we kind of been seeing teases, but only teases, because we haven't seen the Rascal members making their appearances yet. Like when we got when even though like Wesley came up short by Gallus, and the New Catch Republic tried to do the best they can to help out Wesley, and they did so. They, even though it wasn't good enough, they put on entertaining match, but still got overpowered by the Scottish brothers, the big brawling Scottish brothers. Let me rephrase that. But let's move on to the next slide. We got why Ash by Elegance, formerly known as Dana Brooke in WWE, calls TNA in the land of opportunity. Former WWE star Dana Brooke, now known as Ash by Elegance, transformed herself into who she is today in TNA, like a woman who enjoys the finer things in life, while also being able to throw virtual